Not sure which stage they decide to strike to, but we should be seeing that in just a moment as we start this game 1 of this winners of this qualifier for winners top 16. We go to PS2.
All right, now Juice. Definitely, his Greninja is very, very practiced at this point. He's been playing this character for a solid minute. Played with Venia a lot in bracket. Gotten that pretty much the highest level Greninja experience against him in bracket that he ever could have possibly gotten. So,
yeah, definitely.
You cannot sleep on this man's Greninja under any circumstances. It is very, very practiced. Nikolai, on the other hand, not saying you should sleep. You should never sleep on anybody. But this is the first time I personally have ever seen this player. I mean, DNA is open to out-of-region talent now, where it is not just a tri-state tournament. We allow pretty much anybody to be able to enter these, I believe, as long as they have a LAN adapter, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure the complete logistics on that. So I don't know where Nikolai could be from, but he's out here already with a huge percentage lead going up against Juice real quick right here. But the drag down, oh, no air dodge coming out from Nikolai. He knew that was exactly what Juice wanted out of that down tilt.
But even if you don't get that, you'll take that data if you're Juice to be able to punish him in a different way as the game and set progresses.
Slowly but surely, my friend Greyola. Surely but sure. Neutral reset once again. Juice trying to force his way through, but he gets hit by the PK Fire out of the neutral exchange. Trying to jump through that with the aggressive forward airs. Nothing doing, but he finally gets one right there in center stage. What is the edge guard from Greninja? Who just hangs back and tries to land another one as Nikolai is able to force his way to center stage again. And he does do so with a percentage lead as well, but I'm not sure how much that percentage lead is going to matter if Juice is able to keep these forward air pressure. If Juice is able, I should say, to keep this forward air pressure on.
It's going to be a free forward air any day of the week.
How many damn fairs did he land that stock?
This
is all he's doing.
Yeah, he's just using it to poke.
Beautiful jab lock combo.
With a bit of startup, but using it excellently. Just using it again. That's his entire neutral game. Just great back air there. Just dropping low with it.
That's a clip, man. I want to see Juice Godlike Greninja come out pretty soon. 1432 69 420 smash, whatever the number is called. I don't know.
I think that's exactly it. I think you got the numbers perfect.
Yeah, I think I might have give myself a pat on the back for that one. Juice with a commanding lead.
I couldn't find anything off of it.
Yeah, he literally right there just sort of ran out of stage to combo Nikolai on,
I mean, at the very least, he can use it as a poke to put a little bit of pressure on, which is exactly what he'll do.
All right, no down smash pressure by the ledge. Only going for this forward tilt against Juice right now. I guess he didn't want to stale the down smash by the ledge or something. Even though it was a much bigger hitbox that he probably would have been able to actually counteract Juice with right there, but nothing doing on the part of him. Tries to force his way back into the zone with Zaire, but he gets eaten by forward air and then off the level just gets hit by the tap dancing Lucas, man. Yo, I knew those ballet lessons paid off.
Hey, they're paying off here. We'll see if he can continue it. Already starting to put a little more pressure on him. Get closer in this game. Only like a 40% deficit at this point.
Yeah, Nikolai he's really closing this gap pretty well. He hasn't done it completely yet, obviously, since he hasn't won the game yet, and there is still about a 30% differential between these players. And with how good of an established of a player Juice is, it is going to be relatively hard for him to break that zone, seemingly, especially if he gets carried off the top here, but does not.
Yeah, trying to parry a lot of Juice options, though. Starting to get a little predictable, but still with a good lead here and a good position off stage.
All right. Center stage, should be a back throw. Yeah, he's definitely nowhere near up throw kill percent yet, but he actually, wow. Okay, I see what he was going for right there with the Zaire. He wanted to use the Zaire to swing himself underneath the stage to make sure he actually didn't get hit by any water shurikens, but because of the upwards momentum out of the double jump, when he latched with the Zaire onto the stage, he actually swung up a little bit before he swung downwards first. And that's actually what caused him to get hit by the water shuriken there, and as such, lose that game. Very unfortunate for Nikolai, bringing it so close to being able to take that game off of Juice, but unfortunately so far, as he still needs to take 2 games in this set to not only avoid falling down to the loser's bracket, but in order to make this upset against Juice, if he is able to do that. And as my good friend Greyola said, and I know this because me and Greyola have been best friends for like 40 years.
For at least 70 years.
At least like 70 years at this. Has it really been 70? I thought it was only 40.
God.
Can't even remember. As my good friend Grail was, God, I can't even remember what you actually said. Like that, this is a top 16 winners qualifier.
Oh yeah, this is the winner.
Yes.
The top 16 winners qualifier.
For the sake of that stupid joke,
I mean,
I almost forgot what the actual point of what I was trying to say was.
You finished it out. You finished it out. You know, you finished strong. That's all that matters. You finished strong.
That is all that matters at the end of the day.
See if speaking of that, we'll see if Juice can finish strong off this game too, or if we're gonna be seeing a switch of some type from his opponent Nikolai maybe to Yoshi. And just as I say that, I do see the future.
Here we go. Yeah. Going up for his counter pick here. This would be the let me take a look here. This would be the third set in a row that he has started with Lucas and then continued on with Yoshi.
Yeah.
So it's looking like, I mean, as close as that first game was, it's looking like he just didn't want to risk it. Maybe he feels like his Yoshi is better, or that Yoshi would be better for the matchup, or whatever. You know, maybe it's just, it could just be a comfort pick at the end of the day. But with how these sets have been going, I mean, he's finished every set 2-1 against all of his opponents, and evidently the Yoshi counter pick has worked out. Maybe he's a Yoshi main and he's just trying to pick up Lucas, so he's just starting with this. So I don't know. We're gonna have to see what this famous Yoshi, which has apparently taken 2 sets in comebacks already in this bracket so far. This is the true test to see if this Yoshi really is the bee's knees. And so far, looking like it is, my friend, with a beautiful jab lock combo taking 86% is Juice. Yeah. Wow.
I'm gonna find that back here, put him in a dangerous off-stage situation. We'll see if Juice can move around these eggs, able to get back on stage, but a great usage of that down B there.
Yeah, honestly, he almost broke his shield, man, but he, unfortunately for him, just wasn't close enough. But that down B, gonna do it for the first stock against Zamir, the famous Nikolai Yoshi.
He be schmoovin'.
Definitely be schmoovin' right there doing the Yoshi dance. I don't remember how this song goes. There's your story. Like,
oh, let's not. We don't have to repeat it. We can
just... That.
Okay. So one thing I will note about the Yoshi pick is there's been multiple times where he just kind of uses Yoshi's double jump armor to go through these spares that were oppressing him so hard in that game, but he's not going to find that armor there, and he's just going to lose his stock for it. Say it.
That's a beautiful observation, Grayola. I didn't even think about that. I mean, how he was getting so eaten alive and stuffed out by forwarders in that first game. Maybe he thinks that he'll just be able to armor through that a lot better with Yoshi, as you already observed. That's a very astute observation.
Thank you. Yeah, you still have this dude right now just to egg him up. And again, that's like 3 or 4 in a row at this point.
Just to egg him up. I love it. Oh, the puns. Astute, egg him up. I'm having it.
Sometimes when I'm commentating, I forget what I even say mid-match.
Well, when I'm commentating, I forget who I am.
That's, you know, identity loss is a real issue.
Yeah, no, it actually is. It's up millions of people every year. Up air, not going to do it from the platform, though, as he is doing a pretty good job at keeping Juice in disadvantage when he actually does get him up there. I mean, Juice he's still down. He's been down this whole game.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the gap is close at the very least. I mean, it's only about a 18%, almost 10% differential, and now he's able to close that even
just
further.
Like that, with 2 smash attacks are well placed, and he's back into this game and winning.
Very quickly, to say the least, with only 2 attacks. Sometimes it only takes 2 in the great game of Smash, my friends. And now, Juice in the lead. That means he can play as campy as he wants. He can be the one who really has to force Juice to approach here, which can be a little harder for Yoshi if he does that. I mean, I think Yoshi is kind of a noob killer character in that if you don't know how to deal with him, a character like Yoshi can just eat lower level players alive if that down B takes the stock. But Juice is not a lower level player. He was the one who was up a stock against Yoshi. He's the one who can force him to approach and just sort of give Yoshi a hard time, even though Yoshi had the best airspeed in this entire game over even the likes of Jigglypuff.
And,
so
Tri-State does have its fair share of Yoshis as well, so probably not unpracticed in this matchup at all.
Yeah, that we do, especially Long Island, which has just about so many Yoshi mains, to say the least, as that American up smash. Yeah, it was a good conversion, man, getting so much damage off that. And this forward air, one step closer to taking the set, stuffs him out of the jump. Oh, no, he doesn't. He actually saves it. I actually thought for sure he burned it that time. I thought he did it at a disadvantage, but fortunately for him, he did not, as he resets the neutral yet again. But now that's a Yoshi at about 144. This is getting to real dangerous territory here. Is this Nair and forward smash? Not a thing. Gonna toss him off with the forward throw. Do it. Jeez.
Jeez, that was violent.
That was violent.
That was brutal. Yeah, great stuff there from Juice to be able to take that game. I liked the change to the Yoshi though. It definitely worked out a bit more than that Lucas did. But it seems like as the game went on, Juice has kind of adapted to him as the top players do tend to do. So that was the final winners quarters qualifier in this pool with Shucky, Juice, Beast, and DNA, the Falco player, making it out in winners.